do these daily check-ins every Monday through Friday. Time is always unknown because I never know when I'm gonna have time to do it. But I've been, kind of around that 11:30 to 12 noonish kind of time. So hopefully it works for everyone. Well, it's never gonna work for everyone, but hopefully it works for some people. Okay, I'm just checking to make sure that I am live on YouTube as well as live on LinkedIn. Let me see. Because yesterday or 2 days ago, I was not live on LinkedIn. And I fixed it. At least I thought I did. Let me just hold. Oh, there we go. Okay. I see you. Okay. So we are live there as well. So, hey, feel free, open up your chat or put chat. What am I trying to say? You can make comments. My chat box is open. So feel free to, make comments, say, hey, what's going on? Happy Thursday, whatever you want to say, or I'm here, I'm in this, I'm located in this city, this destination, whatever, because I like to know. I see Annie as Lanian. Annie as Lanian. Okay. Hey, Annie, how are you? I say I had to look at you on my phone because you pop up, but you don't pop up. You just pop up as a LinkedIn user. Okay, so I think you got to go a little extra step in order for me to see your name. But I'll put that up there so you can see LinkedIn user. That's Annie as Lanian. So hey, hello, how are you, Annie? Thank you so much for joining this quick little live that I do like I said, it's called my daily check-in, the daily check-in with Russell of Hotels. We talk about hospitality stuff. This is a little different than, the show I do on air with Russell of Hotels that comes on every Tuesday at 1 o'clock. What's different about it? I mean, we both go over things within the hospitality space, but this one is a little more. This is brief. I try to spend maybe no more than 30 minutes. In fact, today I don't think I can spend more than 30 minutes because I actually got somewhere to go. So hope you guys are doing well. Hello, my dear, all is well. Thank you. Oh, great, great, great. I'm glad everything is well. So, I always do these lives, but I always have somewhat of an agenda. So I'm gonna click to the next slide, and you're gonna see what the agenda is today. It's gonna be real quick and brief, but let's see. Let's take a look. Boom. You're like, damn, all that stuff? You're going over all that today? Yeah, I am. Today's Thursday. Happy Thursday, July 13th. Today is I thought it was ice cream day, but today is National French Fry Day or something like that. I need to get that damn book, so I can figure out what today is. But ice cream day is this weekend, I believe. Because I was trying to look up, well, where am I going to get a free scoop of ice cream? Now, remember, I don't eat any kind of ice cream, right? So I have to go for the vegan ice cream. So it's not just about where can I get a free scoop of ice cream. It's where can I get a free scoop of vegan ice cream, okay? Craig's Vegan, I mean, I know that one. Craig's Vegan is one in West Hollywood. I'm in Los Angeles for people that didn't know that. I know there's one in West Hollywood, but it's kind of a drive for me just to go get a scoop of ice cream. So, but that doesn't mean I'm not going to do it. But that means maybe I need to search and try to find something a little closer to where I live so I can get my free scoop of ice cream, okay, for National Ice Cream Day. But that's this weekend, I believe. But today is National French Fry Day. Well, who's giving away free French fries? I don't know. Because I love me some French fries, providing they're cooked in vegetable oil, though. But anyway, hey, these are my topics for today. And they're going to be quick and brief, or maybe not. I don't know. But like I said, I always try to share something that I experienced, either I experienced today, experienced in the past, that kind of stuff. So being a resource, okay. So you guys know I love being a resource. I just wish more people would, ask me questions, whatever. So case in point, I get a phone call today from a lady that I've known for years, right? So I haven't talked to her maybe in a couple of years. She owns what do you call it, an executive recruiter company or business. Okay, so she's been in business for years, right? But she doesn't do hospitality stuff. So she reached out to me. Of course, I'm that hospitality person, right? That people reach out to, at least she reaches out to, because she had a friend of hers daughter just graduated with a master's in hospitality, right? So she called me to ask me, different um, different career choices and things like that that she may come across or whatever. Just kind of what kind of advice would you give her? I said, well, first I would ask the question. I would ask her is, what does she want to do? What does she foresee herself doing with the experience that she's amassed in school? What does she see herself doing it within the hospitality space? Because hospitality is an open industry. I mean, you can do whatever. If that's you want to work in a hotel, you want to do a restaurant, you want to do event planning, you want to work for CVB. So there's a plethora of things to do, right? So it just depends on what that person wants to do, what they want to get experience in, because it doesn't matter what you learn in college. And I don't care if you have a master's or a PhD in hospitality, you're going to have to learn on the job training. Okay. So because they don't teach you all that stuff. I don't care what school you go to. They're not teaching you day-to-day operations in a hotel or day-to-day sales process or whatever. These are things that you learn once you get there. So regardless of where you come from, because no two people got in the industry alike, and I always mention that, and I mentioned it to my friend earlier. I know a lot of people that came up as bellmen or dishwashers or whatever and became general managers. So it's not out of the realm of possibility. So don't let the education or lack of education deter you from going into a career within the hospitality space. If that's your calling, which I've heard a couple of days ago, right? Someone said hospitality is a calling. It's not like a job or a career choice. It's your calling. So you got to think about that stuff too. Are you called to do these things? Because there's a lot of stuff that goes on that people don't realize that you get in this hospitality space, or specifically like hotels. You deal with some stuff that you really didn't think you're going to deal with. Okay. So you got to be in the right mindset for all this stuff. So, but being a resource is cool. I love that. I love when people call me and ask me questions about, my career choices, how I got in the industry. And I'm not shy about how I got in. I went to college. Okay. And then came out. My first job was with Marriott. Hey, whoop, whoop, Marriott. I was a housekeeping manager trainee. That's how I came in the industry. I came in as a manager trainee, did my whatever's, I don't remember I don't know. I think it was like maybe 6 months of training. I don't remember what it was. That was a long time ago. But then I got my own hotel, my own department, and then went from there to wherever I am now, right? So it just depends on your path, the path you want to take. But just because you went to school, that's great. But that doesn't give you, a leg over. Well, maybe maybe it does, because I did get a leg over other people that just came through as, bellmen or whatever, line level employees or whatever, because at least I started as a manager. Okay. So when I came out of school and my first job was with Marriott, it was as a manager. Okay. So I didn't have to, not that this was a good thing or a bad thing, but amassing experience is important. So however you amass the experience, that's the key to everything, right? So if I came in, as working in the housekeeping department, now that'd have been a little different path, right? Or maybe it would have took a little longer to get to what I wanted to do. But still, I got to where I wanted because I came in as a manager. So it doesn't matter how you come in, as long as you get in there. If you have good mentors to help you, to guide you, that's always the key, right? But being a resource, I love being a resource. So I appreciate when people reach out to me. And then I was having this conversation. The conversation, she asked me, could I give her 5 minutes? I said, you know what, for you, I'll give you 6 minutes, okay? So 6 minutes turned into about 15 minutes because I can be kind of long-winded. But sometimes you got to remember, especially as a consultant that I am, conversation can easily get into consultation. Okay, so those are things that I have to remember as a hospitality entrepreneur, that you give away too much information. But this was more about an education piece and someone coming out of school. So I was okay with giving out more information because it's about their path. What path are they going to go on? And of course, you're going to have questions that are going to lead to other questions. And she had a lot of questions to ask me about, because she wanted to, of course, relay that information to the young lady who she knew, right? So, and I was okay with that. So that's fine. I don't have a problem with that. But as a consultant, I do have to remember that conversation is cool, but it can also overlap with that consultation piece, if you will. So, but anyway, I'm a resource, so I mean, feel free to reach out and touch, and that's always a good thing, right? So, okay, hotels still on strike. Okay, yeah, hotels are still on strike here in LA. So this is for people that didn't know that hotels are on strike. But yeah, they are. In fact, I posted something on Instagram yesterday. I actually drove by 3 hotels, and yes, they're in strike mode. Okay, now were there a lot of people on strike? No, there wasn't a lot demonstrating, but there definitely is a presence of people on strike in various hotels throughout LA. Keep in mind, not every hotel are on strike. Not every hotel are unionized. Okay, so 60. I want to say there's 62 hotels between Los Angeles and Orange County that are union hotels. Um, so obviously, the 3 hotels that I drove by in the LAX area were all union hotels. Okay, so but yeah, strike is definitely going. Insider tells me that they're no closer to an agreement than they were when they first started the strike. Okay, so from what I understand, is I'm gonna say miles apart, but definitely apart at this juncture. Okay, so I'll keep you posted if I hear anything. Of course, I'll let you know. But just remember, not every hotel's on strike. They're not impeding guests from coming in. Yeah, there can be some disruption, meaning they're beating drums, they're chanting, things like that. But they're not stopping you from coming in to the hotel or anything like that. They can only demonstrate on the sidewalk area, so they cannot be on private property. Hotel, that's private property. Okay, so they cannot be there, but they can definitely be on the sidewalks. Okay, because that's public space. Just in case you did not know that. So there you go. Let's see. So hotels, yeah, they're on strike. Okay, this is something I just saw. This is some good information right here. So check this out. Listen to this. And feel free to make comments. Like I said, I know Miss gosh, I can't even think. I just can't even think. Hold on one second. Oh, saying. Yeah, Miss Annie Alazian, she made a couple comments. So feel free to make your comments. I'll read your comments. I'll say, hey, whatever, boo, whatever you want to say, you can say that. So meeting volume up 30% over June 22. Okay, so we just completed June 23, right? So we're always, in hotels, we're always comparing to what everything was last year, okay, at the same time. Okay, so meeting volume, meaning there's more meetings that are happening, more meetings that happened this year, June 2023, than happened last June 2022. Okay, so up 30%. That's pretty good, right? Well, I guess there's always someone they're gonna post pandemic, we always want to where are we compared to the pandemic numbers or 2019 or whatever. So okay, we're past that point at least. So at least we're comparing just year over year, and we're not looking at. But yeah, I think they did look at 2019 as well, but I'm not talking about 2019. I'm looking at last year's numbers because I think we're getting back to where we were in 2019 numbers. I think that's a bit aggressive. If we're trying to get at 2019 numbers, you're gonna get frustrated. So let's at least go to 2022. Okay. So meeting volume up 30% over June 2022. Okay. Destination with largest growth. Any guesses on here? Destinations with the largest growth. Let's see. I wrote this down somewhere and I don't even know where I put it. Meetings, destination with the largest growth. Nashville and Austin, Tennessee. So those are the destinations with the largest growth from June 2022 to this year, 2023. So Nashville, Tennessee, and Austin, Texas. I want to say Austin was up 74%, and then Nashville was like up 42% or something like that. That's pretty cool, huh? Which destinations held the most events? That's a good one. Chicago is always going to be, if it has to do with meetings and things like that, who's doing the most meetings or what destination is more popular with meetings, Chicago is always going to be in the mix, okay? So Chicago, LA/Long Beach, which I think is probably more Long Beach than LA, because they put LA in there because they want to make sure, because a lot of people don't know Long Beach, okay? Long Beach is a destination. People outside of Southern California sometimes don't know where's Long Beach. So you got to put LA/Long Beach. So I think it's more meetings going on in Long Beach than LA, but because we know LA, we got to throw it in there. But Long Beach is in Los Angeles County. So just so you know, but it's two different cities, two different destinations, two different vibes. Okay, just FYI, just in case. In fact, the picture, the backdrop for this right in back of me, that's Long Beach. Okay, that's Strong Beach, the LBC. Okay, so and then okay, so Chicago, LA/Long Beach, Washington D.C., San Diego, and Anaheim. So those are the destinations that held the most events in 2023 compared to 2022. So out of the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3 of those are in LA or in California. So what does that say about California? It's the place to be, right? That's what Jed Clampett always said. You know, it's always California is the place that you ought to be, or something like that. Remember Jed Clampett with Beverly Hillbillies? You know, he said that. But anyway, people are like, what? Huh? What are you talking about? But yeah, so destinations with the most held events: Chicago, LA/Long Beach, Washington D.C., San Diego, and Anaheim. And then the destination with the largest year-over-year growth. Now this one was interesting because, and it's interesting from a perspective of these are, or these, they give me states. They don't necessarily give me cities, but they give me states. But the states are even like second, third tier cities, right? Because remember when the pandemic first hit, you know, when we started coming out of the pandemic, a lot of the major destinations, their prices were going up. Everybody wanted to go there, so they didn't have space available. So which means if companies and organizations wanted to have meetings, they needed to choose second, third, maybe even fourth tier cities. Okay, so they benefited from that. So when there's a lot of, you know, congestion and meetings, meaning I'm trying to get space at this, you know, popular destination, I can't get it. Well, what happens, you know, basically the funnel of people that need meetings, they go to second, third, and fourth tier cities, which is a benefit to them, right? So a destination that experienced the largest year-over-year growth for meetings, South Michigan. These are states. I don't know what's in South Michigan, but South Michigan was one of them. Delaware, I didn't know they were a state. No, I'm joking. Delaware out there, and you know, outside of like DC, you know, man, that's interesting. Kansas, man, is that, you know, Kansas City, Kansas? I mean, I'm not sure. And Mobile, Alabama. So we're talking second, third, fourth, well, probably third and fourth tier cities, right? I don't know exactly what the cities are, but even the states are, you know, third and fourth tier, you know, states. Okay, destination states. So that was interesting. So, but like I said, they benefit from when, you know, all the popular destinations, you know, became saturated and filled and rates went up and we don't have the space available. So that just pushed, you know, people out of the mainstream destinations to, like I said, second and third and fourth tier city and state destinations, which is great for them. And I love that because I always look for those, you know, I always give those options. Hey, you ever thought about this when I'm doing meeting planning or hotel site selection for my the clients that I deal with? I always say, hey, did you think about this? But then you got to think about, you know, how consistent is the lift into these, you know, third and fourth tier cities, you know, because a lot of times they choose the first and second tier cities because the lift is easier to get to, meaning the flights going in and out of that destination is easy. They're easy to get there. LA is easy to get to. Okay. I'll just name the ones that LA, Long Beach, Washington, D.C., San Diego, Anaheim, Chicago. They have 2 airports. At least most of them have, you know, multiple airports to fly into. But if you say, okay, I'm going to, let's see, where am I? Mobile, Alabama. There's probably only one airport to go into, right? And is that a major? Is that a regional airport? You got to fly into Atlanta to get there. You know what I mean? So, and then you got to drive 3 hours. I'm just saying that. But yeah, so you got to think about all those things when it comes to choosing a destination for a client, or suggesting things. So there you go. So meetings up 30%, over 2022. Destination with largest growth, I just said that. Destination with the most events, I said that. And then destination with the largest year-over-year growth. There you go. Okay. Let's see, what else do I have to go? Of course, I could not go, I could not leave this live, this daily check-in, without saying, hey, you're in LA, you're in downtown LA, need a hotel. Level Los Angeles, the one on Olive Street, South Olive. Use that promo code ROH2023. StayingLevel.com is the website. So always book direct, regardless of where you stay. You don't have to stay at the Level. You can stay whatever XYZ hotel, stay at the Marriott, stay at the Hilton. Wherever you're staying, make sure you book on the website. Go, whatever, that website is, Marriott.com, Hilton.com, Hyatt.com, IHG.com, whatever it is, Motel6.com, it doesn't matter. Just always book direct. You're always going to get the best rate if you book direct. Okay, you don't think so? Try it. Okay. So other than that, tomorrow, like I said, I do these lives every day, Monday through Friday. And I had another conversation with someone today, and they told me something, and I'm gonna cover this tomorrow, but I'll give you a little teaser. It's July. We're $1 million under budget. What should I do? Those are some of the phone calls that I get. And you guys probably don't realize that, but those are some of the phone calls that I get, that people need a strategy in order to, well, what should I do? And it's not about what you should do. What are you not doing? What didn't you do? You know what I mean? A lot of people say, well, we can't go back. No, you can't go back in the past, but you can write things that are going on currently that maybe you didn't even think of. Okay, let's just say open position. I'll just give you one. Open positions. Okay, open sales positions. That costs you money. I see time and time again the same positions, the same hotel open sales positions that are open week after week. What happens when you don't fill those positions? You lose money. You are losing money not having the right person in those positions. Okay, so just evaluate your sales department. What is going on? What's not going on? And a lot of times we point it to that. Now, you're not going to be able to make up $1 million in another 6 months. That ain't going to happen. That ship is sailed. But you can mitigate some things. You can stop the bleeding, so to speak. And you can put things in place where, okay, from this point on, we ain't going to lose any more money. You know what I mean? But it ain't going to be $1.2 million, by the end of the year. So you do have to put some controls in place. I'll talk about that tomorrow, though, right? But I love having conversations with people because it gives me, things to talk about, right? So tomorrow I'll talk about that. So like I said, the question was, it's July and we're $1 million under budget. What should we do? So anyway, until tomorrow, I don't know what time it's going to be tomorrow. Maybe around the same time. I'll try to do it around the same time, like 12 o'clock. So right now it's like 12:25. So in fact, let's see, have I been on? Yeah, I've been on 23 minutes and 50 seconds. So this is perfect, right? So anyway, thank you guys so much for joining. Always feel free to make comments. Thank you so much, Annie Alazian, and I hope I'm saying your name right. Thank you so much for chiming in. I appreciate you. Appreciate anyone else that has chimed in and just didn't say anything. That's fine too. But I know you're there. I can see you. But anyway, no, this is Russell of Hotels. Thank you so much. I do these daily check-ins daily, Monday through Friday. I also do a show called On Air with Russell of Hotels, which is my live hospitality talk show and podcast. I guess all these things are podcasts, right? So there you go. But yeah, so live here from the LBC, Long Beach, California, and back at me. So that's it. So you guys take care. Any questions at all, always feel free to DM me, instant message me, whatever. IM me, DM me, whatever you want to slide into, just slide in and send me a message. Appreciate it. And you can also, my website is russellofhotels.com. You can always leave messages there. And also, my phone number and my email are there as well. So anyone always says, if anyone ever says, "Oh, I've been trying to get a hold of you, I can't get a hold of you," you're damn lying, because I make it accessible for everybody to reach me that wants to reach me. So if you didn't reach me, if you didn't reach out, it's because you didn't want to. So anyway, I'm a resource. I'm Russell of Hotels. You guys have a great day. Happy Thursday, and we'll see you tomorrow.